This is Jeremiah Jackson Puza, Medical Laboratory Scientist, MBA in Management and Professional Development, some skills in Financial Engineering. I'm coming from Mentoring and Coaching Institute, MCI. MCI is an institute intended to help individuals and members and organizations to achieve their original goals, mostly in education, health, and career. Today I'll be talking on the component required for you to be employable. This is the second part of my employability skill, and I'll be talking on the best resume format. Resume is the word which you can trace its originality back to French. And in French, the word resume means summary. Therefore, resume is the summary of your academic and work history. It cuts across learned skill and knowledge, and it is aimed at giving an employer quick review on what you have as qualification for applied job. The history of resume goes back in the year 1482 when Leonard de Vic wrote the first official resume to Duke of Milan, where he cited a number of his qualifications, including his innovative wartime skills, artistic skills, and painting skill. It was by then used as letter of introduction, but now it is one of very vital portion of recruitment process. Therefore, what is the character of good CV? Sometimes it refers as curriculum vitae. The good CV gives room for you to easily be called for interview and get selected for the applied job. So with changes in the world, especially technology, employers have access to your character and behavior and skills through online presence. This is through Google, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and other way whereby if you say I'm a laboratory scientist, he can still search it and see if you are real. Therefore, if you have positive appearance in these areas of network, you have added advantage. Online presence can easily be defined in the way that it can give you credit or make you lose the credit, because your online presence defines a lot of behavior which sometimes you wrote while unaware. This means that your resume also should contain the information which are relevant to what you are doing online. If you will say I have books which I have written or article which I have published, mean that people can easily Google and find those information if they are relevant. The same scenario also happen when you are in social network but you are not misbehaving, because the time you send wrong things online, there is highly chance for the employer to notice that through the online searching. People who are smart and thinking of becoming somebody on the top of organization are likely to post good things, which at last will increase the chance of being needed by employer on all online aspects. Actually, there are three forms of resume. Number one, it is called the chronological format. The chronological format, this is the type of resume which lists everything in a chronological order. This is done by starting with most recent information, then going backward. It is good for people who have the succeed career, means one career. This means they have chosen one career and have been in field for a long time. Most people like chronological resume because it is simple to write. The second part is with functional resume format. This is the type of resume which specifies the targeted job. The resume is more specific to the job you are applying. and this format helps employee to highlight what is important for the position he or she is asking. It is good for people who are targeting specific job with particular position and need a resume which highlight the specific skills and knowledge. For example, an MBA graduate can ask for being company manager, so the skill of MBA lead him to write a functional resume format. There is another form which is called the combination format. This is the resume which involves description of relevant skill, qualification, specifically targeted information in combination with everything you did in the past two resume and experience. This is very practical for people who have mastered their work and has to be with relevant readable size and font size. So what are the things to consider while writing your resume? Number one, header. This will be the first thing which an employee will need to write carefully, for it gives more information, and it is about personal information which include phone number, email, personal branding website, and other information related to your personal contacts. The second thing to consider in resume writing is resume objective. Resume objective is short. It is there to outline clearly your career directions, at the same time positioning you as a person who fits for what an employer is looking in a very exactly way. It is the way of bringing into attention the employer that you are a good person to be hired, for you qualify and have every necessary skill required. It is good part for a person who is changing working industry or targeting a specific job or position. Resume objective define your goals as potential employer. To define you exactly on what you want to achieve and happy of doing. The resume objective is not a well-known phenomenon, and for you to win, you have to be careful to bring sense out of it. For a manager, this resume objective can catch his eyes and then consider you positively if you have written it in the right way. Your objectives are not constant thing, and not every job will use the same objective. Therefore, you have to make sense of every objective you are writing. The objective should try to answer questions like, how will you add the value when you get employed by that particular company? For example, it has to be with very specific and touching skill. For example, I'm Jeremiah J. Puza, hardworking man, management and professional development graduate with all proven leadership and organization skills. This touches the eyes of an employer to see if I'm a potential candidate on that particular area. Number 3 component is resume summary statement. This is documenting process which is quick to recap your skill and experience. Same like objective, this has to be simple and clear. The fourth part of resume writing is experience or qualifications. This section for employee, you will talk more about the history and highlight your qualification. It is the place to mention position you have ever held before in a reverse chronological order. This means that your recent job has to be the first one. Your job title is kindly important to be related with duties and responsibility that you can carry out. The fifth skill is writing of skills and abilities. This part includes technical skill or anything in between and everything that set you apart from other competitors. The most renowned type of skill are hard and soft skill, which are related to the job that you are applying. The sixth component is education. Education background can sound as important aspect as well, because it can add something good out of your qualification. Education is very important aspect when it comes to the issue of qualification. Education background also has a lot to do with what you are thinking of doing. Number 7, the component number 7 is reference. Reference should be available upon request. This means that you will have prepared the reference, but you only send them when they are needed. It is good approach to write the reference which will be available upon the request, but don't send it with your resume. Interest, the component number 8. You have to be very careful on the interests you'll be writing. All interests must be designed to fit your aspired job. Writing interest which will delay or disturb you work that you are intending you are applying for may delay your employment and be called for interview. As it has been mentioned earlier, we are more likely to get job interview if we can adhere to the principle of good resume writing and the competence which has come with your ability in keeping things in a simple way. This was Jeremiah Jackson Puza. Then till next time, we'll be discussing with you the important skill for interview on how you are going to prepare yourself for interview. Please subscribe and like my channel. Stay blessed.